Good morning, good morning, good morning, world, wherever you are. I am Theresa Miller. I am the 2024 District Vice President, and I am located in southern sunny California. And it's about 11 o'clock for my time. So I don't know what time you're going to be watching this, but I am here on behalf of Women's Council of Realtors California. And I hear you saying, what is Women's Council? Well, let me tell you, we are a network of amazing leaders. We're building, we're growing, we're giving realtors, both men and women, the opportunity to advance in our business and in the communities that we serve. And I specialize in probate, trust, and divorce sales. I am the broker and owner of the M&M Team Realty. And with that in mind, I have the amazing Sylvia. Did I say your name right, girl? Did I mess that up already?
It's okay. It's Sylviana. It's okay.
Sylviana.
Everyone,
I have
everyone does
Sylviana
it.
here with me. See, we're doing this live and on the spot. So, that just shows that we can be universal. So I am here. She is our incoming 2025 president for her Sacramento Network. So I would love for her to introduce herself and tell us everything.
Thank you so much, Theresa. Everyone does it. I go by Sylvia also. So that's why when people call me Sylvia, I don't correct. I just keep going. You can call me anything, just not late for dinner, right? Isn't that what they
Right,
say?
right.
Because I can definitely eat and I definitely would be there. So I am Sylviana Montano here in Sacramento, California. I am your 2024 interim president, as well as the incoming 2025 president. I serve anywhere from Sacramento all the way down to the Bay Area. Sacramento is obviously our capital of the state. And then if you go all the way down to San Francisco, that's actually where I'm born and raised, is the East Bay / Bay Area, and landed and built our business here in Sacramento with Berkshire Hathaway. I've been in real estate now for 20 years. My daughter, who has just turned 19, she is also becoming a realtor now as well. So passing that torch to her. Because real estate, she has learned, as well as myself over the years, and my husband, who's also a huge part of my business, or our business, I should say. We know real estate is what can help you do so many things in life. So if you want to grow, this is definitely an industry, and Women's Council can help you with this industry and helping you grow. And then real estate itself, helping people with with ownership, owning their first home, can give some people the most amazing feeling. If you're the type of person who just loves to help people, changing people's lives, helping people grow, being a part of that, for me personally, is what makes me happy and why I think our company thrives in real estate, and why Women's Council is such a huge asset for your business if you're in real estate, to help those in your community, as well as yourself and your own home, to grow. And I can stop here so we can keep on with it, because I can
Girl,
just
I
talk.
love it. I love it. You're doing amazing. That's what this is all about. It's just literally speaking from the heart so that everyone can see our passion for real estate. So, my very first question, as the incoming president of your local network, what is your vision for the future of the network? And how do you plan to implement this vision during your term?
So, inclusion, right? That's a big word we hear a
Yeah.
lot these days. Inclusion is very important to me, especially the youth of listening to the youth, because I think we can never move forward without hearing our youth and taking our wisdom and pairing them together. So Women's Council has been around for a while. Our seasoned Women's Council members and our incoming members, there is a generational gap.
Mm-hmm.
And marrying that is really my vision for 2025. 2024, as I said, I kind of came in the middle of the season, learning about Women's Council, also learning my role in Women's Council.
Mhm.
And in doing so, it also opened my eyes that it's not as easy as you would think, to marry the two
No.
together. So my vision is to find, and I love challenges. So this is definitely one of those challenges, and I want to learn, and my vision is to marry the two together,
Yeah.
somehow, or get it started so that we can start opening doors for the youth and have them also feel included. So that inclusion word.
I love that. I love that seasoned. So I am very well seasoned in the real
Yes.
estate world. I've been selling real estate for 24 years. So super,
Yay.
super seasoned. I love that because our young people are our future. And I'm so excited that you have your daughter coming into the business. As you may know, my daughter, Glennis, already is the current president. And I
Yes.
dragged her on in there. But
And
they
that's,
are our future.
yes, they are. And my daughter, because one of the reasons why I got into real estate was I was pregnant. My husband had told me for years prior, you need to get your license. And I was like, no, no. And I did. So she's been in the business since she was
Exactly.
born.
Exactly.
And they, right, and so they just kind of see it and they find them. I mean, she's going to college and she's majoring in something else, but she came to me a couple of months ago and she said, Mom, I need my supplemental income. And
Yeah.
I said, well, you know what to do. And so she went and studied for her license, and so now she is yeah, so that's what we do as moms.
Outstanding. I love it. I love it. It's a family business. It's a legacy. It's something that you can pass down for generations to generations. Not only she's in
Right,
the family business, but she can also invest and buy her own property.
exactly.
Outstanding.
And that's her goal, to have it by the end of next year, her first property.
Oh, I love
So
it. I love it. I love it. Do you have a particular program that you would love to see? Something you'd like to do maybe in the beginning of the year, a webinar, seminar, something that's going to marry the two generations together?
I'm glad you asked that. So during this season of 2024, being the president, one of the board members had mentioned she joined because in the past she heard that she would be more involved with seasoned agents and mentorship and so forth. And that there was, I believe it was a breakfast they had every
Mm.
month on the dot.
Okay.
You could always count on it, is what she was telling me. And so I, thought about it, and I thought, how about a mastermind group?
Oh,
Once a month, we'll do a mastermind where I find someone who's willing to come and be the speaker at the mastermind
okay.
and invite members and non-members, young and seasoned, to come and just sit around a table, have tea or coffee. We can do a winery one month, but always do the same date, but have a mastermind group, and make that a monthly thing. And that way we can marry the ideas, because even though we as seasoned agents have, sorry, hopefully that didn't go on the screen. Even though we as seasoned agents have our ways of doing business and we've done very well doing it, the
Mhm.
youth has new technology and
Exactly.
other things that can help us as well. So if we marry the two, we can work very well together. So that's the
Exactly.
mastermind group.
Oh, that's perfect. I love that. And see, that leads right into my second question is what strategies do you have in mind to increase member engagement and grow your membership base? And it sounds like what you're planning to do will do that.
That's the hope. So that's one. And then just talking to people. So it's funny. I say that I'm, you know how they say 7 degrees of separation? Well, I'm usually 2 to 3, because I talk to so many people. funny quick story. I was at my first conference for Women's Council in Southern California, and I was at one of the booths, and I just come in from football season. My nephew plays football in Colorado at Pueblo, and I was at a game, flew into Southern California. This gentleman walks up, starts talking, says he's from Colorado.
Mhm.
And long story short, his son is on the same football team as my nephew.
Wow. See there?
And we exchanged photos and information, and the boys were talking across, even though they're at school together. It was actually pretty awesome to see. And then I got later to one of the other functions and ran into someone who was from New Zealand, and he just
Wow.
come from San Francisco, where my daughter goes to school,
Mhm.
from visiting his niece and hanging out with her. Well, they know each other as well. And so that's a funny story. So all of that to say that talking grows membership. Being
Oh my
engaged
God.
with people you don't know, just going
Yes.
up and shaking their hand, and saying yes with a smile and being engaging. Like that is all it takes. Today, I went to the Sacramento Association main meeting, and
Mhm.
before we left, just just eye contact across the room, one of the ladies came up to the table and decided, hey, I think I want to join.
Look at
And
that.
after we made our announcements, and she gave the card, and I'm going to go have, coffee with her next week. So, you know, that's my goal.
I love it. I love it because the more you connect, the more you establish a relationship. And like you said, just talking to people, it makes the world a
Yes.
difference. I will talk to anyone, any place. Don't look
Me too.
me in my eyes because we're
Right.
going to talk. We're going to make a connection. So
Well,
I love that. I love that. Also, and as a follow up to that one, as you're engaging the new members, what are your focuses on bringing in the new and future members and helping them become active and valuable contributors to the communities? What are your thoughts on that?
so funny story. 20 years I've been in the business, right? And I've joined the Sacramento Association, but I wasn't really, because I was too busy trying to just survive the different ups and downs in 20 years, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And both my husband and I are both in real estate, and in 20 years we have not had another career outside of that.
Okay.
So never went to any of the meetings. So now that I'm engaged with Women's Council, I'm at all of those associations and so forth. So I too, as I learn to engage more with the community,
Yeah.
um, through these meetings, telling new agents and also seasoned agents. One of them today, a second one who decided she was going to join, she in 20 years as well has never joined another association.
Mhm.
So I say that to say, I learned to be more involved with the community, I want to also show and teach and bring along with me, kind of like opening the door. Because sometimes I think as realtors, especially new realtors, we get in a mindset of just work, 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 and we don't
Mhm.
realize that helping the community also brings business. Now,
Exactly.
the community, and I used to help in the future, now that I think about it in this conversation, would have been my daughter's school. Every Friday since she started school, I would volunteer. And when
Mhm.
it got to the point where the teachers were like, oh, it's okay, she doesn't need you here. And I wouldn't be in class with her. I would do all the work that the teachers
Mhm.
need. And when she went to junior high, I said, no, I'm actually here to help you as a teacher because you fed into my
Exactly.
daughter. And now I am giving back to the kids who need, because all
Exactly.
parents can't volunteer, but my
Exactly.
schedule allows me to. And not until this conversation, I guess that's the community service that I did then, which
Absolutely.
I tell mothers all the time. If you're a
Mhm.
realtor and you have that time, maybe volunteer at the school. So
Exactly.
I guess
Exactly.
just the only way I know how to show is when people ask me a question. I'm an idealist, or I think on my feet, I think is what I say. And so I
Mhm.
always tell people, you ask me, I'm going to have probably a million ideas for you. So you better jot them down, because it self-destructs in 5 minutes.
I love it.
I won't,
I think I'm gonna have to use that self-destruct. I usually say I forget.
no, it self-destructs because in 5 minutes when we're done. They're like, what did you say? I don't know. And they're like, well, can I have coffee? It's not going to be the same answer.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that. And especially just exactly what you just said. Real estate allows us the freedom and the flexibility to be able to be with our children, to be with our families, to
Yes.
go help someone who needs help. It's more than just opening a door or dropping the sign. We are
Yes.
changing people's lives. And
Lives.
we are
Yes.
creating relationships and connections and relationships that we're going to have for the
Mhm.
remainder of our lives. Because
Exactly.
just because they close an escrow, it doesn't mean that we go away. We are there to
Not at all.
support them. We pick up the phone, we answer, we help them in time of need, no matter what it is. They may have gotten into their new place or have sold their old place, and they may be just looking for a plumber. And we have
I
that
was gonna
connection.
I was gonna say that. So it's crazy. So in all the years I always hear your phone's not going to ring. You have to market, you have to go find leads, you have to this, that, and the other. And I was blessed enough, because I talk too much, where I didn't have to do that. My
Yeah.
phone rings. I'm blessed when I'm like, oh my gosh, where's my next deal? And my phone will ring and it's someone who I've connected with, because
Yes.
that's the key point. They have to like you, they
Yes.
have to trust you, and
Yes.
of course they have to know you. And
Yes.
they won't know you unless you talk to them. They're not going to trust you unless you can connect with them. And what that means is that you're not a realtor, you're a resource.
Yes.
And that, because everyone's not purchasing a home every day,
Exactly.
everyone is not looking for advertisements from you every day. It's
Exactly.
like the ad that used to come in the mail. You're going to toss it before you even go through the mail. You don't even look at it. You know, it's a piece of paper, the little newspaper. You throw it away and get to the real items in the mail that you want to see.
Mhm.
Um, so you want to be the resource. A lot of my clients come from just me, whether it's their kids, themselves. I always ask them versus telling them about myself, because it's not about me. We all want to be heard. And sometimes your friends, family, new people in your life, they just want to be heard. And then they remember you.
Yes,
And then that's what brings them closer to you. And be genuine.
that part.
Don't just do it just for business. Yeah,
That
genuine,
part.
be genuine. And that will continue to give you the business.
Yes. Oh my God. That is so important now. And this is not even one of the questions, but that is so important now in our challenging times, and everything they're changing. The cost of bacon, my favorite, it's going up, and all of those
Mhm.
things. How do you sustain your business? Like you just said, that comes as a referrals, but what are some tips that you could tell new Asians or even seasoned agents that don't have any business, that they're thinking of getting out of the business? What would you tell them?
I would say do what I did at the beginning. A lot of people say open houses. Open houses are great. And I would say if you are in the office, you're not making money, because I bet you're not making cold calls. And if you're not making cold calls, you're just sitting in there and doing nothing. So number one, what I would recommend is, if you need an office for the day, find a home to sit down in. That's number one.
That's very good.
Number two, right? Number two is going to be your lending partners are
Mhm.
going to be important, because when people who are looking to refi or buy in the future, talk to them, build relationships with your loan officers. Someone you say, why are you always with loan officers? Because that's who people call. They need money to buy a house.
Yes,
So making
yes.
those connections are very important. And you may not have a client for that loan officer, but maybe you can take their cards and stuff envelopes with your stuff and send them out. And so
That's a
you
great
guys come
idea.
together, right? Or go knock, even though people say, oh, that's, oh, you know what? There are people out there, there's a generation of baby boomers that are still out there that only look at paper items. And so if you go knock on their door and you do this face to face, you're going to get the
And
business likely more likely than someone who emailed them. They
Exactly.
might look at that information, but they're going to remember you. That would be
Exactly.
my advice.
Outstanding. Because just as you said, in probate, I work with a lot of us baby boomers, and I have clients that don't even have an email.
Nope.
You
Yep.
know how hard it is to get the contract signed. We got to
Yep.
drive to their house,
Yes, ma'am.
getting back to old school. So that is so important, because once you make that face-to-face connection, they are going to
Yes.
know you, love you, and like you, and they're going to trust you. They're going to trust
Exactly.
you. That's
And,
outstanding.
and one more thing, newbies, new licensees, a lot of times get stuck on, I want to be that $1 million real estate agent.
Correct.
Just think, how many people sell $1 million home and how often?
Correct.
Right? So think of those two questions. And
Correct.
then think, if I sold 2 homes between 406 or 407, wouldn't I make more
Yes.
doing that
Yes.
than just the one? So
Yes.
don't focus on a dollar figure,
Come
because
on.
even the clients who are in lower income properties who need to find a home, they may take a little more time to work with because you're educating, which you should be happy to do. They
Yes.
also will learn to trust you. So
Yes.
take care of them. And if you take care of them, their families will feed you forever.
That's right. That's you telling the truth. They're telling the truth, because
Mhm,
how often have we gone somewhere to a great restaurant and we like the food and we say,
mhm.
"Girl, I was at this restaurant. You got to try it. You got to check it out." And then you go,
Yes,
it's a chain reaction. Chain
yes.
reaction. That is excellent. So our third question, and especially by you being the interim president now and in
Mhm.
2025, you can relate to this. What do you see as the biggest challenges facing our network now, our real estate industry, and how do you plan to address that with the members, future members, even clients?
So, ooh, that was a lot.
I
Let me
know you can
see.
break it down, girl.
Okay. So, okay, let's break it into sections. So the first part of the question, what do I think, how would I fix the challenges? Was that
So
the
what do you
first
see
part?
as the biggest challenges? What's
The
our big
biggest
challenge?
challenge. So right now, membership. But I think as we continue to promote our events,
Mhm.
um, and continue to welcome people, because now we're getting out of COVID season. And when I say, I know we still get sick and it's still called COVID, but we're getting further away from everyone staying in their houses.
Mhm.
So as long as we stay engaged, I think that's going to fix our biggest challenge for the last 2 years, which is being able to engage them face to face. So if you're a, a future board member looking to help with the challenge in Women's Council with membership, I would just say stay engaged,
Yeah.
because today was a great example. We've gone to meetings every month,
Mhm.
month after month for the last 2 years, and we walk out with no membership. The
Mhm.
last 2 to 3, I think the last 3 months, we've walked out with new members. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
been 3 months consistently. So doing those consistent things and staying in front of other um, membership and joining some of your sister organizations,
Yes.
because you guys can marry together and
Yes.
help each other grow. And so that would be how I would fix our biggest challenge, which was membership. And then
Outstanding.
the next portion.
The next portion, well, let's stay on that one because you just hit on it. Going to the events, I can see that you're in your car. You're coming from your local association meeting. So, and it
Yes, ma'am.
sounds like you are sharing the benefits of why the realtors and agents need to join Women's Council. What are you telling them at the association? Why would I want to join Women's Council? What can it do for me?
Ooh, see, this is that one. My answer is different every time.
That's
And the
okay.
reason and the reason why my answer is different for every time is because the person across from me needs different thing or needs help in different sections of their real estate business. And I really tend to get to know who that person is first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I focus on that and helping them, because it's kind of like your client. You find someone you want, because someone told me, I think it was my DVP, everyone may not be a fit for a women's council because everyone doesn't want to grow as a leader. So the first question is, why did you come to my table?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What was it that interests you to come sit with us? And then they would tell you. And then you find in that answer what it is that you as a member of Women's Council can help them personally. And then you add to it with what the whole can do, whether it's the conferences and networking, whether it's getting referrals and how to do so. Give them examples of how to reach out to other members across the country to share referrals or do videos like this to help promote their video. That is what that's not exactly, but that's basically what I do when I share
love
the
that.
spirit of Women's Council.
I love that because you're taking the time to customize it to my needs, and you're not
Yes.
just giving me a blanket statement. I see that a lot of our leadership started in Women's Council. Our
Yes.
current California Association president, Melanie, started in Women's Council. So if someone wanted to grow in that area, how would you tell them to kind of get started? What would you say?
So it's funny you say that. At my very first association meeting promoting Women's Council, I was on stage and um, I asked the audience, how many of you would want to be the Sacramento Association president?
Mhm.
And, you know, a few hands went up, and I had looked over at our president, Samantha Tove, who actually came through, guess what? Women's Council. It's
Wow.
the step from the beginning. So we have those stories at all of our local networks. So you just find out who that is in the room for you. Miss Eva Garcia and Rosanna Garcia, we happen to have them in the room a lot of times, as well as Taffy
Love
Maurer.
them.
So being able to have them look in the room, see someone who is on a platform and ask that question, because again, everyone doesn't want to be, so you want to ask the room or ask the person, have you ever thought about being in a leadership position? If the answer is yes, well, let me tell you a few of the people that I know who have gone in big places through Women's Council, and let me connect you with them. Or no, not really. Oh, why not? Well, I'm too busy. What if I can show you how to are you looking to build your business? I mean, there's different ways of finding, because a lot of times people don't know that they want to be in a leadership position.
Exactly.
So having that extra conversation, or starting them where their business, meeting them where they are in their business, whether that is, I'm new and I haven't thought about it because I don't even have business yet. Oh, you know what? Well, let me show you how Women's Council can help you in that area.
I love, 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 love it, because you're really, really customizing. And that's what Women's Council is all about. We're customizing. We're here for you. We're here for our members. We're here for our community. We're here to see people build and grow and grow. Now, the last follow-up is, you've shared a lot of experiences. What is your favorite? It can be a real estate experience. It can be a personal experience that you overcame a challenge and you were able to do it successfully. It can be any challenge that have been in your career, your life, your family, anything, because there are people that are looking and they want to see you as a real person, which you have just done amazingly.
Okay, I'm going to share something really personal with everyone. So I am a product of the East Bay. It's not the best school district that I came from, Richmond, California, Richmond High School. So coming out of that, not being educated, coming into the world as a young adult, which was one of the reasons why I did not want to get my real estate license, because I had a lot of insecurities, right? Doing that at 30, finally decided to do it because I don't know, I just finally decided to do it because I was pregnant and needed money. Going from feeling that way to being able to get on a stage at the conference and do a mini commercial with one of my realtor partners, and having a successful business with my husband, and having a little bit about our business. We have 40 plus realtors that I help mentor, train, and call on me on a regular basis. All of that in that
I
short
think you
period
need to
of
say that
time.
again. You have how many realtors?
So we have we have current, no, I said 40. So I want to say it's 50 it's 50 now, but I want to say 47. We started a class 2 years ago. So we started in my husband's community because we found there wasn't a lot of diversity in the area that we service. And so we started, and this was maybe 10 years ago. And that's how we started to grow our team. Then some things happened, and I was like, you know what? I really have a passion for developing my own community, which I'm Hispanic. And so I met who's now my partner, and she is such a great salesperson. Long story short, she had the same insecurities I did. And I said, you know what? Get your license, because you like work for everyone except for yourself. And she's like, I just don't have the time. So in November or October 2 years ago, I said, if I put a class together, will you translate in Spanish for me so that we can get people who don't speak fluent English, but they speak fluent Spanish, to help our community purchase homes and break down the contract? And she said, yeah. So what I was doing is actually helping her study, and she got her license. From that class, we got 7 more. So we're somewhere between 47 and 52, I think. I think I kind of lost track on the numbers. But that's what we did there. So we have just students coming out of that. And she was the reason. So I always find, like I said earlier, if you talk to people, someone always needs help somewhere. And if you truly help them from a genuine place, and mind you, we don't charge for the class. We don't charge for our time, because I believe that since I was blessed from going to where I was mentally and education wise as a young adult to where I am today, I was gifted that. So why not then share it now that I'm in a position where I can?
I love that. Oh my God. I love it. World.
But
She has
Theresa, hold on,
dropped the
time
nugget.
out. But that's not just me, because I can't do it by myself. And my husband is one of he is my foundation.
He's
And he
also
was
a
one who was,
realtor.
he does our business development.
Okay. Give
And
him a plug,
yeah,
girl. Give him
so
a plug.
yeah. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for him and being a part of my foundation, I know it would be hard. So that's why with our realtors who are on their own, I always make it a point to help them and become their foundation, because you need a team to be able to grow. You can't grow by yourself. This is not a me industry. This is a we industry. And that's where Women's Council comes back in, because there are so many people you can reach out to. There are so many people you can talk to, and resources. So I will step back and let you go back.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, in wrapping things up, we want to tell people, number one, how do they find you? Where are you? Give us your social media, all of that, your contact information. And if they want to join the Sacramento Network, how can they do it? What do they need to do?
So if you're looking for me, you can, there's not a lot of Sylvianas. So if you type in my name, Sylvia, into Google, Sylviana, Sylviana, you can either do Russell, Russel, which is my married name, or maiden name, Tano. You will definitely be able to find my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the social, LinkedIn, anything you can think of. That's the best way to find me, the fastest way. If you'd like to call me, 916-216-4955, and that is in Sacramento. I recommend to text me versus call, because as you heard, those agents, I do answer their phone calls, including my clients and my business. So you might get voicemail first, and I will always text. Please text me back so I can remember to call you back.
Oh
So
my
if you
God.
just
You mean
text
you answer
me,
your phone?
I always answer my phone. I'm constantly on, like, we're in the car, we're on Zoom.
Yes.
That I hate to say this, but it's the truth. 24 hours. I've had clients who were nurses who called me at 3 in the morning, or they would usually text me, a lot of them, and I would just pick up the phone and call, and they're like, "You're calling me back? You know what? My phone rang, but like, this is your hour of business." And this
Exactly.
is when I first started, and I still do, but now I'm like, if I don't call you, sometimes I even roll over and I'll text, you know what, I'm tired, but I will call you tomorrow. I promise, first thing
Yes.
in the morning. Or get them the answer if I can as fast as I can. But yes, that's me.
I
That's me.
yes. So now,
So you can, yeah, go. And then if you want to find us, you can Google Women's Council of Realtors Sacramento, and you can find our information there as well. There's a join button, but I would recommend maybe reaching out to myself or Chelsea Clark directly, so we can make sure it's a smooth transaction for you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. This, you are simply amazing. Just
Oh no, you
amazing.
are.
Oh my God. I can't wait to see you continue, because you're already in it. So continue
Yep.
into 2025. I'm looking forward to all the amazing things that you guys are going to do up there. And Sacramento is one of my favorite places. I love to come to our spring meeting. The one of my favorite things to do when I get there, there's a jewelry store called Scallops Jewelry. It's a
Mhm.
family-owned business. I want to say it's right there in downtown Sacramento. So usually when we fly in on Saturday morning, after we drop our bags, and we have a leadership meeting from like 12 to 5, right after that,
Right.
we're out the door and I'm on my way to Scallops. I got to go
No
shopping. I got to
way.
go get my jewelry. And I love Sacramento. So I am
Well, if
so
you love
honored.
shopping if you love shopping next spring when you come, I will
Mhm.
take you to a few boutiques, local boutiques.
Ooh,
Yes, family owned,
shopping.
yes. But I just want to tell everyone how amazing you are. From the first moment I met you at the very first conference I went to, you welcomed me with a smile. You made it very easy just to kind of just feel welcomed. And I appreciate that,
Thank you.
because everyone needs to be smiled at, and your
Yeah.
energy is so amazing.
Oh,
And I
thank you.
thank you for this.
Thank you. I love real estate. It's like honest and true is deep in my soul. I
Right.
too am a nurse. I retired, but while I was doing my nursing, I was doing nursing and real estate at the same time, and I retired in 2017. And I continued to grow my own company. The M&M Team Realty is my company. And
Mhm.
once I connected with Women's Council, it's like I found the family that I never had. I've been able to have referrals through Women's Council. And so this is my way of giving back. I want to see everyone blossom and grow and know that real estate is amazing. We
Yes.
literally get to help people. I love helping. I don't care what business you're in, what company, if it's just like you, if there's anything I know that I can help you, I'm going to give it to you. So I
Right.
can't wait to see you in Long Beach. And if
Yes,
you're
I'll
out
be
there
there.
watching World, our fall meeting is in Long Beach, California. If you want to know how to get there, you may call me 310-713-8459. And I'm just like my beautiful sister here. Google me. I'm everywhere. Theresa Miller
Right.
Broker, the MM Team Realty. Everywhere you want to be, I am.
I love it. I love it.
So with that being said, we're going to talk to you later, and we are looking forward to the 2025 year. So we're going to say peace, and we will see you later.